Howdy everyone, Enees 20, and it is May, right? January, February, March, April. May 12th, 2019. We're back to Tales of Zestiria. Again, this is probably not gonna be the last time since we still have a bit to do, but check it out. I got like I said before, between streams I grabbed the Alicia DLC, so that's ready to go for when we beat the last part of the base game. Yeah, it's all set. Where did I save? What was I doing in Marlin? Oh, now I remember. Okay. So before we hit up the post-game dungeon, there's one more thing I want to do. It's basically trophy hunting. We're going to get a trophy. But it might lead to some interesting skits, so, you know. It's not a total wash. We should have fun. There we go, discovery points. Time to Zesty. Yeah, Pete, it is. I'm really excited, and I hope you can stick around, because I know that you sometimes have to leave a lot for other things, and that's fine. I hope you can stick around for at least a little bit. At least till we get to the bonus dungeon. Assuming that what I think is in the bonus dungeon is in the bonus dungeon, it'll be handy. Alright, so I'm Googling right now on my phone. Tales of Zestiria discovery points. I didn't get all these, so we're gonna do that first. It shouldn't take too long with a guide. Okay, the first one we're missing is number 20. Also, I used up like all my money last time I played the game. Like, wow. Okay, discovery point 20 is called Huge Stump. Can be found inside Vulgrim Forest. Wow, that's gonna keep the difficulty on simple. We're gonna go grab it. So Vulgrim isn't too far from here, so I don't see the need to quick jump. Not yet, anyway. Okay. I was in Marlin because I was grinding at Glaven Basin, which is currently like the toughest place I could go to and grind without fights being unnecessarily long and dumb. A lot has changed since we last streamed. Not really that much, but I mean, you did a cool thing with opening up that cool place that I like to hang out at. I would like to hang out there more, but the issue is I was working. Like while I was on break, I kept wanting to do stuff or say things, but I was like, oh my gosh, my break's not long enough, and I have half a burger in my mouth, so I don't have the time to comment. I wish I did. Okay, Vulgrim Forest is a lot farther away than I thought it would be, but we'll just enjoy the music. It shouldn't take too long to get over there. Besides, this first part of the stream, I'm predicting will take at 30 minutes at most. Maybe longer if we keep bumping into these guys. I lowered the difficulty level down to simple though. Oh, where's my mouse? I mean, here it is. I said mouse, I meant controller. To lower the TV. It was a little too loud there for me. As I realized a good stream idea, sort of.
You want sweet? I got you sweet.
Or, I mean, I don't know if it's a good stream idea, but it's a stream idea I had. Is to stream something really simple like Minecraft, and then just talk about my creations during it. Like talk about my original universes, my comics, because oh my gosh, I can go on and on about my comics for like ever. I don't know if Pete's interested in any of that. He probably is. No, but seriously, Pete, I would love to like give you like a multi-hour-long discussion of each and every one of my comics, because I can do that. You get me going, I will go. I suppose we can use this first part of the stream while we're going to the discovery points to talk about one of them. My first ever comic, because it was very simplistic. There wasn't a lot going on with it. So the first ever comic that I did was way back. It was like, I don't even think it was 2000. It was 99, 98. Really old. It was called Dino. That was the first one I ever made. And it was about a, what's the word? Like a bipedal dinosaur? No. He's like a very humanish kind of dinosaur, I think. It's the best way to put it. He like wore pants and a shirt, you know? But he was still a dinosaur. Actually, you know what will help if would help with this hunt, now that I think about it? The thing to note is discovery points. Yeah, there we go. Point of interest detection. Anyone else have that? Okay, no. Alright. So it's in Volgren Forest. This is a giant stump. Where is he? Or it? Is this it? This big stump right here? That I didn't notice while I was running through this place?
Is that a monolith? What's that?
Huge stump. Yep, that's it. It does not trigger a skit, but it counts. Alright, that's a discovery point. That's our first one. Where's the next one? Perhaps huge stump is an unfair description, as its rings would indicate that it's over 1,000 years old. Its age allows one to make estimates about the climate of ages past. Number 25. We're gonna go for number 25 now. Let me not assault. I was gonna say assault. Consult my guide. Okay, the Meadow of Triumph is where we're going next. Alright. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, Dino. He's like a human dinosaur looking guy. Like, he has a lizard face, lizard hands, lizard feet, lizard tail. Everything is lizard about him, except that he wears a shirt and pants. And Dino's whole thing is that he's a hero. It's like, it's a really generic hero show, basically, because I was a kid at the time.
Finished.
So he like,
Would you like some?
like, he's living in town, he's having a good time, then someone shows up and starts blowing up the town, so he goes out to fight him. And that's it. That's the whole premise. It's not a super deep or anything like that. It got a little deeper in season 2. Like, season 1, the enemy, the main villain was named Patamo. And he was an evil potato. Like, he was like an evil potato creature. That's what I thought of whenever I drew him. I'm like, potato.
Like this is right.
And so and Patamo was his name. It made it really weird when the final twist was that he was Dino's dad. So like how is an evil sentient potato the father of a dinosaur? To which I would say I was like 9 at the time, or I don't know how young I was or old I was. So I don't know. It made sense to me. And it was just one of those generic twists of like, oh, he was your dad the whole time. And I'm allowed to say that because it was my twist. I'm allowed to say it's generic. But, yeah. I mean, when I revisited Dino in Kamen Rider KC, I changed it up a lot, like visually. And Patamo still had his basic design from when I was younger, but he didn't just look like an evil potato. You know, he had a bit more to him. And he looked more like he could be Dino's father. Like, he was a bit more like the teeth, the eyes. Just a lot of how he looked was not exactly lizardy, but it was definitely more monstrous than silly. So, you know, I fixed that. But yeah, that was the whole thing. So the first season was Patamo led an evil group who was trying to defeat Dino, and Dino defeated them all, eventually defeated Patamo. And then as Patamo died, he revealed he was his dad. The end. And then season 2 was a little bit more diabolical, because it's probably this one. Dino did battle with an evil organization known as the Organization.
It just exploded on its own.
Just that's it. This is before Kingdom Hearts, so no copyright. And the organization was led by the leader, and the leader had a bunch of crazy, more powerful beings under his command. And they waged war with Dino, and that was it. Now instead of fighting Patamo's forces, Dino was fighting the organization's forces, leader's forces. Not much deeper than that. I think the coolest thing about Dino was his rival. His rival was another dinosaur human creature named Onid. Which, you're absolutely right, that is Dino backwards. And Onid was created in an episode where a dino came into contact with a mysterious mirror, and it replicated him, but he's evil. And Onid has all of Dino's powers. Speaking of Dino's powers, you know he's a dinosaur, so he can fight, he can smack things with his tail, he's got claws. But Dino's main thing is that the more damage he takes, it like built up an invisible meter, basically, which I represented it by writing out the percentages on screen. So like he get hit once, 10%, he get hit again, 20%, all the way. When it hit 100%, he would evolve into Dino T1, I think, Transformation 1, which was a slightly bigger, buffer dino with a cape. You know, and then he would go into Dino T2, which was a much buffer dino, who didn't have a shirt, so he didn't have a cape, sadly. And like his claws get bigger, he gets more spikes on his back, his tail gets bigger. That's just generally how he looks when he transforms. And then finally, Dino T3 was just super monstrous, you know, like really dinosaurish. And every transformation, he get a lot more powerful, and he do battle with all the monsters. And Onid had the ability to transform as well. Oh, is this it? I mean, I like having point of interest detection. It tells you when you're close to something, but it doesn't highlight on the map. So I'm close to something, but they won't tell me like where I have to stand for the conversation to ignite. Oh, is this it? That was not what I was looking for. What did I just find? I'm looking for a collapsed tower. I don't think that's a collapsed tower. It's like goats on cliff and steep. Fluffy goats that spend their days by the cliffs. They find the abbreviation Fluffy Goat unbecoming and would prefer not to be called by this appellation. Alright, give me a second while I keep looking up where this shit is, because I found the wrong thing. Alright. New tab. Let's try it again. Sorry, this is going to take a lot longer than 30 minutes. We're already halfway through and I only found one. Which discovery point is this? 25. Yeah, so that's Dino. I mean, it's really simple. I mean, the other interesting thing about Dino is that I actually told it through panels. Okay, this is 25. So am I close to it? No, I am not. No, I'm not. Dino, I wrote it and drew it out in panels, which I never do. Is it over there, really? I don't do that anymore. I don't. My comics don't use panels, which I think is kind of contradictory to the point that I call them comics, right? My comics basically look like this. Imagine a blank lined sheet of paper, right? So I go to the like the top section is a big white space. That's where I put the title. Then in the first like 3 or 4 lines, that's where I draw the first frame. Maybe someone walking, people fighting, talking, whatever. And then I draw a little arrow pointing next to it, and then I draw the next thing that happens, another arrow, then the next thing, and that's how they look. Basically, they don't have panels. The only other comic that has panels besides Dino is Star Fox Omega. I did that one with panels, just because I thought that'd be interesting to revive that. Also, one thing about my comics is I never finished a lot of them, but that's just how it is with creative type people, right? You just don't finish the things that you think of. Oh yeah, this is the one. How did I miss it? I was looking for one of these towers, but that was destroyed. And it's right here. Okay. So yeah, panels. Panels are fun. So what's your review of Dino? 100 out of 10, right? It's freaking amazing.
I remember this place was in the Celestial Record.
Stop lying, Saray. I mean, he's not really lying. He's read that freaking book more times than I've ever read anything, that's for sure. Oh, so speaking of, I actually need to get this out of the way because that will bug me forever. I went on to Archive of Our Own looking for fan fiction to read with Saray and Rose because that's my OTP for this game. I love it. Flash Leaning Tower.
Let's get started.
Not that I care.
Alright then, got that. Alright, well that's the next one down. That was number 25 or something. Yep. Remnants of a leaning tower in the middle, trying that has collapsed completely. The smoothness of where it was broken suggests seraphic arts were at work. Okay, now we need 27. Where's 27? I got a Mallory in the Patinal Forest, which is actually close by. There it is. So yeah, I went onto Archive and I'm like, okay, let me find a Rose and Saray story. I found one, but it was like one chapter and they didn't even, like, there was not even anything romantic about it really. It was more like a, this is how they meet type thing, and then it just, nothing else. I think it's actually labeled as complete, which I'm like, but nothing else happened. I was expecting more. So I clicked on, well, obviously on Archive they tag things, so if you see a tag of like A/B, that means the characters probably paired together romantically. Not always, but most of the time. So I click on that and it will auto-filter it for me for the pairing. And it there's like over 1,000 Zestiria fanfics on Archive. And searching Saray Rose came back with 5. 3 of which, just the summary did not interest me. And 2 of which were like super short, including the one that I read. And I'm like, really? No one else? Is it unpopular? I don't think, I mean, maybe it is, but I think the reason that it more so isn't such a big deal is because of the ones that are more popular, just, they take up everything. And so there's nothing left for the less popular ships. And I'm like, I was super sad about that. I went to fanfiction also. They have more on fanfiction, but still not that much either. Actually, I take that back. They had less on fanfiction. There was one, oh, I was so offended. There was one on fanfiction that was tagged as the pairing, but you read the story and it had nothing to do with the pairing. Like, at all. It was about a different pairing that was not tagged. And I'm like, I don't care about this pairing. I hate this pairing. Why isn't it about the one that you tagged it for? How dare you mistag something and fool me into reading your shitty story?
What is that?
This is a poorly done story too, so you know. I don't feel bad about saying that aloud. Some people can't write. That person could not. Where was it again?
Ready for this?
I know what it is now.
That's better.
Ready? Nice job, Nickleo. You've been.
I like how Pete's just like listening to me silently, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, here he goes again." That's always how I imagine people interact when I go for a long time talking about something. I get distracted. It's like,
Y'all try too hard.
okay, I think I saw the check mark pop up. There it is. Aw, look at the little bunnies. Glenwood rabbit. Wild rabbits that are unsettlingly common in the Glenwood continent. Still, they are rather cute and at times delicious too. Run for your life, bunnykins. Don't eat the rabbit, it's too cute. I mean, unless rabbit tastes really good, in which case, do what you want. Okay, we gotta go back to Perlet's pasture now. That'll be fun. Also, I read, like, I didn't really read it all, but, like, my sister linked me to a document that was... Oh, is Loon here? I think she's talking in the wrong chat again. Oh yeah, stream time, good buns. Oh yeah, wow, she popped up just in time to see the bunnies. Wow, how in the world? Yes, they're very cute. You posted that in the live stream chat. I mean, the live stream, and I was like, "Oh, yay, bunnies!" I mean, seriously, what are the odds of that? Can someone like do the math on what are the odds that she would come into the stream just as I was looking at bunnies? Like, how are you that good? All right. So the next discovery point is blighted wheat. Which I mean, I guess it's wheat that's not good. Wheat that has been blighted. Or is it good wheat? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's just laying there.
There should be a vista
Seems
point
obvious
nearby.
now that I think about it. Also, I read that discovery points are supposed to trigger skits. If they don't, that means you have the wrong party members. And I'm like, but this is the party of the game. Like, how am I missing anyone? Well, it's because Dazzle's dead. Wheat blighted by a mold known as bliss mold. Its seeds are dried husks, and it, for the most part, inedible. Well, that sucks. Wheat's pretty important. It makes bread. And this is also in Perlet's pasture, so it's way far away. The cute things are loons. Apparently so. It worked perfectly. And those bunnies are very adorable. I'll give them that. And very tasty, apparently. I've never had rabbit. I don't believe it. The game said so, though. So the don't trust Saray. Probably ate one. Again? This is the middle, right? Yeah, okay. I was correct. There's no point in fighting these enemies because they're so small. I don't even remember using this sword for Saray, but like the sheath looks cool. Rabbits are too adorable. They're so small and squeaky. Like, what was that thing, by the way? Like, I shared a video of Loon of some tiny, round, furry creature that just lets out, like, the loudest, cutest squeak, and I have no clue what that thing was. Hey, what the heck are... Is this... Huh, oh my gosh, I missed one. I was thinking in my head that I'd never fought a mutated monster in Perlet's pasture. Here it is. What is it? Wow, I don't know what this thing is. This is brand new to me.
Whoa, what a gorgeous view.
Dangerama.
Dangeroma? Don't blame me.
We'll have Saray cut through the situation. I mean, since arts aren't all that effective.
So we can win this if we use sword-based physical
Wow,
attacks,
I
right?
missed this
Yep,
enemy
that's why I
completely.
said cut through. Get it? You just wanted a reason to say that.
So 35. It's almost dead already.
Tiger Blade, go!
Women in battle are gorgeous. Ain't that right, Saray?
Sure.
Come on, man.
Don't expect too much out of Saray on this.
Well, I defeated and I got an anomalous orb. Highland Steer. How many anomalous orbs does that make now? 33. I'm only missing 3. Oh, we should do that. I totally forgot. We gotta go back to Camlon and defeat the final ones. Highland steer. Steer are raised for their meat throughout Rolands, but they originate in Highland. Though they have the classic black and white look, the milk of these cows is hardly a delight to the senses. What do you mean? Like it doesn't, it's not, that's interesting. Alright, next one is discovery point number 40. We gotta go back to Yeater Cave now. It's a lot of fun going back around the world, you know? And just looking for things. I think that's a pika. Yes, there's an actual animal called that. Oh, actually, now I think about it, I was reading the comments. People mentioned it. I just thought they were mentioning it, but I didn't see a comment that said that is a pika. But I believe it. They look like mice, but they're more closely related to rabbits. Can't leave those big nasty boys hanging though. Yeah, they kind of do. Micey, rabbity, little fur balls. They're fur balls. That's what they are. They're very cute, and it squeaks too, which is like awesome. Oh boy. Okay, this is a long way away actually to get to this one. I gotta. It's not a hop, skip, and a jump, that's for sure. It's more like a marathon derby. Yep. Hey Pete, did you ever get around to watching the finale of Zestiria? I feel really bad that you missed it. I mean, it's still up there. You can watch it at any time you want. And you don't even have to set aside 3 hours. You don't need it. You could just, because you have a lot of commissions. You just draw and just play it and listen to it. That's what I do. And if something that sounds interesting happens, just look over to the screen. Stop drawing for like 5 minutes or 5 seconds, and then go back and keep drawing. Witness the end of the adventure. Witness me! Yeah, but we are going to go back to Camelot, so you'll at least see that. We'll be fighting the 2 unique monsters there. And that means that'll be 34 and 35, which leaves only 1 unique monster, which I imagine is the one in the Exen Isle.
Hey, looks like a helictite.
A what?
A helictite. It's like a stalactite that grows all bent.
Wow, yeah. It's all warped and twisted.
Like a certain someone we know.
Rude.
But don't stalactites take a long time to form?
Yeah, it's basically been growing along a deviant path since time immemorial. Like a certain someone we know.
Oh, she's gonna let you have it,
weird,
Meebo.
Sure, but it's got a kind of ethereal beauty as well.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was waiting for it too. Just like someone we know. Like, I mean, Mikleo complains a lot about the way Edna treats him, but let's be real, he really does invite most of it onto himself. Sorry, Meebo. I was just thinking about, like, the last line of dialogue before Tales of the Abyss cuts the credits. Like, don't say what it is, because I don't want Pete to get spoiled about it. But, like, ever since you mentioned the character, I just think about it. And it's not the other, it's like, before we go to credits, there's a character that we never actually saw before who says something. And for some reason, it's always stuck with me. It's such a simple thing. It's a compliment, to be honest. Like, the game ends on a compliment. But something about the way that it's worded just makes it sound like the most amazing compliment of all time, and even more than that. I don't know if you get that impression, but I definitely do. There's a sense of dynamism to these warped limestone structures. They seem proud to be what they are. Okay, next is 43. Lefay Shrine, 2nd floor. That's the water trial, right? Please don't be the water trial. It's the water trial. Me too. I want to play Abyss now so bad. A brief revisit to a shrine means we get some really rad music, so I'm totally cool with that. I need you to take me back down. It'll be easier to get to where I need to go from the bottom as opposed to the top. The one's gonna be easier if there was a way to like deactivate these things. Okay, I see where it is.
Let's do this.
Neck is fine, right?
Hey, y'all remember this part of the game? Best part of the game? Shit, originally. So, Heaven or Hell? Outlaw Barrage? No. Crown of Torment? No. Jade Luminescence? No. Shooting Stars, Terramine, NO, Concerto Infernus, Primal Embrace. Get out of here. Rhyme Slaughter, Crystal Rod. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. Sylphistia, not allowed. Aqua Limit, not allowed. Flamberg, not allowed. Earth Revolution, not allowed. Alright. They're not allowed to do anything. So I turned off all my allies' Mystic Arts. Why? You'll see. And by you, I mean mainly
Man,
Pete.
you're pretty strong, Zavid.
Well, you know what they say. You can never beat.
Pete shall see and he shall be amazed. I hope.
Quite the unforgettable landscape, isn't it?
Oh, there it is. That's a discovery point right there. How do I get to it? Okay, I see how to get to it. Never mind. No! I meant to use the water power. Why do you do these things to me? No worry, Pete. Now I feel dumb. I've been talking to you, thinking you were here. Sorry about that, bro. I didn't say anything super important. The eyes! I was just wondering if you had seen the finale yet. Like if while you were drawing, working on those commissions, you put it on the background so you could listen to my stupid voice while you're drawing stuff. Water eyes, no!
What's that?
There we go. Damaged eyeball statue. Jeez, that's a really interesting discovery point. An eyeball statue has been damaged and lost its abilities. Despite close inspection, it's impossible to imagine what could have ruined it. Okay, now we're going for number 46. Where is number 46? Aphreed's hunting ground, near the Earth Trial. Okay. So did you see it, Pete, or not? Like you're saying, yeah. I don't know if that means that, yeah, I'm annoying. I'm just kidding. Or, yeah, you saw it. I legitimately don't know. I like that. Is funny. Okay, cool. Yeah. Because, you know, it's pretty great. I mean, I think the ending's like, I think, did I end up changing my opinion about the ending? I don't remember. But you can get my impressions on it when you see it. I should rewatch the ending again. Not because I want to see, but because I want to hear myself. Because I was having a bit of a weird time during the ending. A bit of a difficult time. So I need to go see if that was actually something happening. Or if I was just being a little weird. But yeah, so whenever you have time and you're working on those good old commissions. Those water eyes, though. I think Loon came back. Loon joined the stream in time to see the bunnies, and then you rejoined the stream in time to see the dreaded water eyes. It's like, boy, talk about some luck. Alright, so I'm looking for plants. Wild orchids. I guess these are it over here?
Huh?
Oh, gorgeous! I wonder what kind of flower this is.
Ah, so even you can get excited by this sort of thing.
I'm a girl, and I happen to think that red flowers are badass. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
An orchid, do you think?
Correct. This particular variant is called an Edna.
The same name as you!
It's not just the name. Ednae have low tolerance for heat and flourish best in breezy, shady areas. Those who raise them must take care not to give them too
That's
much
why she
water.
hates you, Meebo.
Doesn't the daintiness and loveliness remind you of me?
So in other words...
What are you doing, Meebo?
Well, that's odd. It doesn't look all thorny and poisonous.
I'll show you, Thorny.
Ow! Cripes, Edna, you broke the skin!
Little Meebo needs to learn some manners.
I should have figured you'd be an expert on the Edna flower.
It was something he told me once. My brother.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry. I should have been more sensitive.
No, it's fine.
Right, yeah, Edna's pretty darn cute.
Not
And
me.
she's deadly with the frickin' umbrella. Never cross Edna while she has her umbrella pointed at you.
Gonna grovel and apologize.
It never ends well.
How's this for a start?
Okay, so that was Discovery Point. 46. A type of wild orchid known as Edna, which calls to mind the image of a fair maiden. It wilts under direct sunlight in the summer. Perhaps a parasol will help. How many more do we have left? Ooh, not many. Alright, so next is Discovery Point number 52. Inside the Ganglin Ruins. Umbrellas are valid weapons, and Edna will fight. She will. Edna will fight anyone. It's like they don't even have to say anything. She'll fight them. She is small, but she will fight. Okay, Ganglin Ruins. I said it might take 30 minutes to get all these discovery points. Here I am 40 minutes in. I'm so smart. I'm very excited though, because once we get done with this, we're gonna go on to the dungeon, the bonus dungeon, which I've never done before. So that experience is gonna be all brand new, and you guys will be here to witness it. Witness me! And I don't know how long it'll take, but after we finish it, there'll only be one stream left, and that'll be the Alicia stream. which I'm even more excited for. Like, I'm excited for the bonus dungeon, that's for sure. But like, I'm also excited for the. Is this it? B3? Yeah. Oh, it's right over there. That's close. Ruin rats.
I remember this place was in the Celestial Record.
Look at that tiny rat.
Yeah! Okay, I am not cool with the size of that rat.
It's a ruin. Rats happen.
They're a sign that you're doing real archaeology.
You're okay with rats?
Rats don't bark.
I was
I
about
don't
to
care
make
if
a
they
dog
howl
comment.
At the moon. I just want them to stay, you know, rat-sized. That one just now, I swear it could feed a family of 4 for a week.
Feed a family.
Rats are often carriers of disease. You ought not to rely on them as a source of nutrition.
It was a joke. Do I need to stick an asterisk on everything
Yes.
I say?
That's brilliant. If the ruins collapse and we're trapped inside, we can use rats as emergency rations.
I promise you it was a joke. I don't want to die of the rat shivers.
Let's just focus on not getting trapped in the ruins in the first place, alright?
Leave that rat boy alone and he leave you alone. I mean, hello people, bubonic plague. Though it's not fair to blame the rats forever. You know, I mean, rats are just rats.
This will be a good warm-up.
Be gone!
No one like boy.
Sweet dreams! Rise and rage! Not yet!
Radiant heat!
That's it! Let's get him! Alright! Spit out the blast! Searing gale! Hang on, everyone! Dragon Fang! Sword Ring!
Ooh, Luna's only done a third of the bonus dungeon. That's interesting.
I'm not done yet.
I can't wait to do it.
Better luck tomorrow.
Magnetic
We'll
field!
rock out.
All those hellions sure looked alike.
Okay, let's look for the next discovery point now before I forget. We're going for number 54. Is it in the Wind Shrine? Nope, it's on the Great Camelot Bridge. Oh, okay, that actually is a really easy one to find. Where's this ruin anyway? I remember this exploring it. Oh, it's in. Okay, it's the one near the Wind Trial. Okay. So Great Camelot time. I think it's on this exit. Oh, hello, Seraphs! So I wonder why it appeared in such a place. Perhaps this is a result from the Great Cloud. What are you talking about? Oh, you were indeed able to purify the legendary wyvern. The one we lost so long ago may finally be at peace. So the legendary wyvern has been a hellion for a long time, and for some reason it was in the swamp, but they don't know why. Alright, then let's go find us some crabs. There they are.
What
It
is
all
that?
seems so much more obvious when I'm actually looking for it. Crabs on the bridge.
Look at that. All the way up here, even.
All the way
Get
up.
back, Rose!
It's a hellion!
What are you talking about?
That!
The red creature, get away from it!
Seriously? It's just a crab.
Just nothing. Look, that monster has 8 legs.
As crabs do.
And big, fearsome pincer claw things.
Very crab-like.
And it's got a pointy shell, and
And the little ones are running around blowing bubbles. And
Definitely a crab.
for real?
For real. They're fairly common creatures of the sea.
And for the record, they're delicious.
you mean to say that this thing is all over the ocean?
Yeah, I had no idea. Ugh.
Seriously, your heads are full of the dumbest crap, and yet you've never heard of crabs?
Well, you might be the same if you lived your whole life in a mountain village.
Nah. Hey, got a trophy. Chatterbox. I don't think that was the trophy I was shooting for, but I'll fucking take it. Or was it? Oh, Pete is laughing his butt off. I'm not surprised. I mean, seriously, crabs? Ruin rats. Ow, that hurt. Ow, ow. Ruin rats, a gigantic species of rat that inhabit the ruins. Probably best enjoyed roasted whole. Just make sure they're well done. Surely the pestilence they carry can't survive that, right? Crabs on the bridge. Crabs that have managed to climb up onto the towering gigantic continental bridge. A startling sight for those who have never even seen the sea before. Okay, no, yeah, that was a different thing because I haven't seen all the things yet. All right, the final discovery point, number 65. It is in the remains of Mercure. Really? Didn't expect that. The remains of Mercure. All right. There was this one crab at this one harbor in Fantasia that aggressively guarded a treasure chest. And now seeing crabs in other Tales games makes me think of that one. Also, I misread Ganglion Ruins as Ganglion Ruins. Wouldn't that be the crossover? Like, hey, these are the remains of the Ganglion's final stronghold. Before they all took off to space to do stupid things. Like hunting humans. What was the next thing? Oh yeah, the ruins of Mercure. I just think it's funny, as many people have said before, it's really silly that the Ganglion were so adept on defeating humanity because humanity was the only thing that could stop them. But as far as humanity is concerned, inner space travel was a long, far-off dream. Like, the humans would never be able to go out into the galaxy and light years away and find the Ganglion and wipe them out. But the Ganglion came to us. So you know whose fault that was? Their fault. Luxor is a terrible leader. He never should have been in charge. Okay, let's go to the second floor. We're on the third floor.
Here they are.
How did you make strawberry waffles, bro? If you make blueberry, I'll eat them, but for now I'm not really feeling it. Of course. He carries around a personal waffle. Yeah, probably. I mean, knowing Mick Leo's character, that sounds like something he would do. And waffles are pretty great, you know. Can't really blame him for that. I waffle, you waffle, he, she, we waffle. Yeah, like, I saw someone on your Discord, Pete, mentioned, or they were talking about, what's his name? Reinhardt from Fire Emblem Heroes and how awesome he is. And I was like, just thinking about SpongeBob. There's a scene in SpongeBob where he invades Plankton's dream, and in Plankton's dream he's huge, and he's shooting lasers.
Point nearby.
And he's going around everywhere being like, I see you, zap, and he disintegrates something. And he keeps doing that, so I'm like, that's totally Reinhardt. I see you, zap.
Well, that's unpleasant.
Quite.
Did someone forget something here?
Oh, how should I...
Saray, look around you. What do you see?
Well, it looks like a slime alien lair, so... Oh!
Yep. The owner of this junk got gobbled up.
But why did they leave this stuff untouched?
Picky eaters, no doubt.
You joke, but there may be some truth to it. Slime Hellions are a massive ego and greed, after all.
No time to mourn the departed. Don't forget, we're also here in their lair. You don't want to blink and find yourself staring at the inside of a slime stomach.
You're right. I'll be careful.
I bet you'd make an attractive morsel, Zavid. The slimes would barely have anything to spit out.
I get that a lot. Zavid, you're only an egg or two away from being a delicious omelet.
He sure turned that around on them now, didn't he? Oh, Zavid. It is interesting that this dungeon is populated by nothing but slimes. While my sister and I were going through the water trial, Nikhil kept making roll cakes. And my sister's like, what? Does he carry a mini oven with him all over the place? Maybe. Nikhil's probably one of those super picky people where he's like, I want my cakes and I want them now. And if no one else is going to make them, then I will. You know what's amazing? We started this stream in Glaven Basin. And the ruins of Mercure, when you surface, they come out in...
Whoa, what a gorgeous
Glaven
view.
Basin.
That's odd. This area isn't supposed to have any wild horses.
It's not?
Yeah, the sparrow feathers pass through here all the time, but I've never seen any before.
Couldn't they be former war horses?
Oh, there you go. That explains it. They must have gotten separated. Stupid armies, clean up after yourselves at least.
I wonder which country's horses they are. Who knows? Might be both.
Making their peace as fellow strays?
Would that surprise you? It's not like the horses have any reason to fight.
Just like people, horses too run from the terrors of war.
Technically, they gallop.
Are they okay to live like that?
Why not? The malevolence of the battlefield is long gone. The main danger is past.
The main danger, you mean?
No. No, I do not.
Somebody stop Lila. So let's take a look at that trophy that I just picked up. Chatterbox. Sometimes after you've found a discovery point, or when you're at a save point, you have the opportunity to press L3 to initiate a conversation between your companions. This is proof that you've experienced many things and had a lot of opinions about them. Yep, sounds about right. I think that is the trophy that I wanted, because now I listened to all the discovery points and I still didn't get another trophy. So I guess that's what it was for. Abandoned travelers' possessions in want of their owners. What became of them, none can say. Yep, that's all the discovery points. Alright, one last thing to do. We're gonna head to Camlon, the origin village, and we're going to defeat 2 more unique monsters. Sorry, I went to type something and I'm like, wait a minute, I need to look up something very important. I'm just gonna let everyone else deal with. There they go.
That's the end of that.
They took care of it, so they didn't need me. Alright, here we go. Uh-huh. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. I was just reading up on how to do a little something, because I think we can do it now with these upcoming enemies, assuming they're strong enough. The downside is I don't think I'll be able to fight these guys in any sort of noticeable capacity, because I will probably wreck their shit. So, we'll decide. Hey Pete, should I go left or right? Both lead to unique monsters I don't think you saw, so... Whichever one you pick is the one we'll fight first. Left. Alright. I don't remember which... Wait, no, I do remember which one's over there. Oh boy. This might be fun. They're both pretty interesting because I've never fought these two enemies we're gonna fight. I've never fought them before. So, yay. You decide whether that's a good thing or not.
I mean, I used to be pretty okay at making food.
Okay, left. Yeah, we're going left.
Haven't tried it myself, but I'm sure it's
Oh, why is he so big?
Don't get careless.
I need to use some items.
Mikleo.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to do something really nutty. I hope you're excited for it, Pete, because I know I am. I know what's about to happen, and I'm very excited. Did you happen to see the monster we're about to fight before I got into this fight? He was standing right over there.
Looks like we win.
Oh, why does he have so many hands? You know what? He actually reminds me of the first of the bonus bosses in that last dungeon in Vesperia. What was his name? Oma, I think it was. Yeah, with all the hands. Look at this fucking thing. Nope. Bats, get away. All right. Hey Pete, can you actually, you know, I don't even know why I'm asking you to do this. I could do it myself. I was gonna tell you to type a message in chat. I can do it myself. Not as an insult. I'm just saying I did. What the hell? Oh, I didn't write it here. Okay, it's all right. Up, down, right, left, nothing. All right, so it's okay, give me a second. Okay, I think I got it now. It's the martial arts button, right? What's the martial arts button? It would be O. That's what I used to use martial arts, because martial arts are the basic arts, correct? Yeah, because hidden arts are the ones that use X. So martial arts are the ones that use O. Alright. I quick save just in case anything goes wrong. But I think I got it right, so... Yeah, martial arts are O. Okay. I'm very nervous. Here we go. Hecatonchia.
Can't hold back. One way.
Okay, it didn't work. It did not work. Why did it not work? Give me a second. Okay, yes. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay, let me try that again. I like how the boss is like, are you gonna pay attention to me? And I'm like, no, absolutely not. I don't know if I need to turn anything on, but I'll do that. Just hopefully no one activates their mystic art while I'm doing this. Just resist, you idiots. Alright. Let me think again. Okay. Alright. Okay. No, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Oh no! Ah! Okay. Well, the reason nothing happened is because I don't know about this time, but I don't know about the first time, but the reason nothing happened this time is because Rose armatized, so she kind of ruined it. But we got one more guy to take on anyway.
Star of that battle.
Wow.
It's easiest to notice the
He
dimmer
yelled
stars
very
when they
loud,
shine,
that
they
man
say.
did, when he died. Yeah, we kind of took him out a lot easier, and I wasn't even trying to fight him. I was trying to do something else. And the game's just like, nope, can't let you do that, Star Fox. And I'm like, but why? So the game kind of fucked me over right there. Can I tell Rose not to armatize? Can I do that? Do not use the blast gauge. Well, does armatizing count as using the blast gauge? I always tell everyone not to use it. Alright.
We mustn't hold back.
Ready?
Alright. We're gonna try this one more time. Because we have one more strong enemy to test it out on. Just, Rose, please resist the urge to armatize. Yeah, that enemy was kind of nasty, right? He was very big and very ugly.
Ready? Rend the darkness! You were quite strong.
Alright, and this is what the other enemy that we're gonna fight looks like. Oh, well, look at him glow. He's a glowy boy.
Counting on you, Lila! Holy water! Strike! Rise and rage! Let's get him!
Yeah, he glow. Gosh dang it, Loon, why? Why you do these things? No, I don't want to see that. Get it away. Get it away. Okay. Actually, there might be a simpler reason as to why I can't use it. Yep, that's why. I didn't have it on, you fucking idiot. Oh my gosh, I'm really dumb. Alright. I'm really dumb. Alright. That's why it wasn't happening. Alright, are you ready to see this crap? Look at this glowy boy. Okay, now we're gonna do it. Alright, Pete. I was gonna ask you to do something, but it sounds rude. Never mind. It's just when you type a message, it kind of like. Never mind. I can do this. You don't need to worry about anything, Pete. I only have to worry about my inability to understand simple instructions. Okay. So it's not you, it's me. I'm a very dummy dumb. Alright, where is the thing that I wrote? There it is. Okay. It's just, I need to remember. Up, down, right, left. Up, down, right, left. Okay. Up, down, right, left. Up, down, right, left. Alright. Here we go. Odin! Up. There we go. We're going down now. Right.
Too late for you.
Left.
Come here! Keep your distance! Cover her!
Your fate has been set. Regret your wicked acts. Run,
Ah! I didn't make it! I didn't make it! Oh, my hand hurts. Ow! Did you see that crap? Oh, I missed the stat screen. I wanted to see how much grade I got. Oh, my body hurts. Oh, everything hurts. Oh my gosh, it all hurts. Ah. That was so cool though. Oh man, that was awesome. Oh, that hurt. And Odin did not stand a chance. The poor bastard. Oh boy, did you see that, Pete? Oh, that was so cool. So I screwed it up in the end. So basically, there's a skill that I got upon reading all the monoliths in the game called Friendly Link, which allows you to link one mystic art into another. The reward is that it also unlocks a new mystic art. However, in order to perform that mystic art, you need to not fuck up like I did. So it's like when you're performing Soray's mystic art, you hold up on the D-pad and you hit O 10 times to do Lila, and then after Lila, you hold down on the D-pad and you hit O to do Edna's, and then after that, you do Zavid's, by holding right and then hitting O, and then Mikleo by holding left. And while Mikleo's going, you have to hit O 30 times to activate the final step. I don't think I hit O 30 times. It definitely didn't feel like 30. I didn't make it. Luckily, it seems like they carry over their respective abilities, so when I got to... Because Lila and Saray did Concerto Infernus and Bolt Tempest, respectively, which are their first Mystic Arts. But Zavid, Edna, and Mikleo did Rhyme Slaughter, Heaven or Hell, and Terramine, which is good, because those are their second Mystic Arts. And Rhyme Slaughter is a lot longer than Crystal Rod, but it's not long enough to make me feel comfortable that I can mash O 30 times. Because, like, to go from Saray to Lila, you need to hit O 10 times. Lila to Zavid is 15. No, to Edna is 15. Edna to Zavid is 20. Zavid to Mikleo is 25. And then Mikleo to the final step is 30. And I was not able to hit O 30 times, unfortunately. So you know what that means? We gotta build up the blast gauge again and try again some other day. Until then, though, let's take a look at these new enemies we got. Dark turtles. Oh my gosh, I really do hurt though. Phoenix. Where is... There we go. Hecatoncheir. Hellions patterned after multiple creatures tend to be powerful. Some of them even actually are a fusion of various life forms. It might have a bunch of minds, but it's no advantage if their teamwork is crap. We could teach it a thing or two. Or, well, we're okay at least. At least she's honest. Odin. The name of Odin's lance, Gungnir, refers to how he goes all gung-ho with it when he's near you. Son of a bitch. Makes sense. You know so much about this stuff, Lila. His lightning attacks are really powerful. Everyone be sure to keep your HP up high. Yeah, that's something that we didn't see because we murdered him with a joint Mystic Art. This man showed up to fight us, and we hit him with a 5-person Mystic Art. I mean, is that even fair? You know what? You know that GIF of that one guy who gets slapped in the face by someone, then someone puts a throws water on him, then someone puts a trash can on his head, then someone drop kicks that trash can, and then drop kicks that person into the pool. You know that GIF? That was what we did to Odin. You know what GIF I'm talking about. You've all seen it. That was really cool, though. That's basically what we did. The poor bastard stood no chance. That was so cool, though. Can't wait to do it again. Yeah. You remember I told you about that, right? That there was like a team Mystic Art? I couldn't figure out like how to do it, but then I read up on how you unlock it, and I was like, oh. Alright, so... Oh my gosh. An hour into the stream, we're finally gonna do what this whole stream is for. We're gonna go to the bonus dungeon. Hope you're excited, because I am. So we're an hour and 17 minutes into the stream, and it's finally time for the main event. Heaven or hell? Let's do one more quick save. I still have everyone not allowed to use their blast gauges, so I guess if we can build it up again, we can try again. The thing is, what if the reason it didn't go is not because I hit 30, I didn't hit O enough, but because the enemy died? I hope it was because I didn't hit O enough. Ah, my eyes! What?
What is this?
It's a separate plane of existence that someone made.
Sure appreciate your sense of humor, Zavid.
Good. But if you die here, it'll be no joke.
What the hell is this? The Calix 1 Upper Stratum. So what?
Ready, everyone?
Oh no, it's the nasty no-good skunk of doom!
That's quite a name for it.
Holy water, shield our wolves!
You know, I don't know why. Like, in my head, I'm like, I could totally beat this dungeon in one stream. But now, seeing it, I'm not that confident. I hope I can. But I'm not super confident.
Hey, babes. What kind of guys are your type?
The type that don't even ask that.
Or say, hey babes, either.
Man, Zavid, get shit on. Look, all I wanted was cute fan fictions of Saray and Rose being adorable. And I didn't get any of it. I didn't get anything. I'm still annoyed by that. I'm really sad. No, Skunk, bad Skunk! Skunk, stop! Skunk, why?
Be on your phone!
Surfing the water?
And I'm not gonna do any more grinding, off-screen grinding. We're done. We're doing this dungeon and finishing it. So if it becomes too much of a hassle, I'm just gonna drop the game difficulty down, and we'll call it there. Granted, there's only one step down to go. It's simple from normal, but I think we could do this on normal.
I mean, I used to be pretty okay at making.
We can do it. I believe in us. What the hell are you supposed to be?
Don't get careless out there.
Solveigor?
The Soul Vagar shoots lasers from its eyes.
How does that follow?
Oh, you'll get it when you see them.
That's not common sense. Hear the storm!
I don't know. I think I got the joke. It was a joke, right? Like it was a play on their eyes. Because they're like Cyclops. I'm really interested in the Alicia DLC too. Then we get to hang out with Alicia, and we don't get enough time with Alicia in the base game, so bring it on.
Victory is ours.
Better believe it, McLeo. Okay, so Loon, tell me right now, are there any special requirements as to how I proceed in this dungeon? Or is it just a matter of going to the exit? Oh no. Why do we need to have one of these enemies here?
Let's make it quick.
Changelings are creatures swapped out with human children.
Ugh! Hey, don't leave me hanging. It's creepy.
Well, you never listened to my long explanations.
Keep it short. We're in battle.
They secretly exchange the babies when they're all asleep.
That is creepy.
Wow, these things are literally Satan. There's a boss at the end of each Calix. Makes sense. Who are we switching to? Right. Wow, we're getting rocked. Gonna change it and let people use their blast gauges. That's a lot of bosses. Is there anything special I have to do to proceed? That was a big question. Because in most of the other bonus dungeons I know of are kind of special in how you navigate them.
Get lost!
Luke,
If it's just a matter of getting through the Calix, I'm totally fine with it. It's no big deal. Six bosses and a 7th after beating them all. That sounds like fun. I'm so looking forward to more bosses. This is where the last... Because it says there are 36 mutated enemies, but I didn't get anomalous orbs from Odin and the other one, which is really weird. I still only have 33, which means I'm still missing 3. So where are they? I'm really weirded out. I'd much rather fight this man than those fairies ever again. They were really annoying. Those were the most annoying versions of the fairies ever.
Pretty smooth swordplay there, Rose.
If I ever see any other fairy, I'm gonna avoid it with like all my might, cause I'm not dealing with that crap. Being honest, this is not what I expected the bonus dungeon to look. Not in a bad way. I'm just surprised this is what it looks like.
Time for battle.
Oh, never mind. They threw a changeling at me anyway. Okay, cool. That's good to know. At first I was gonna be like, uh-oh, are they just as bad? But they said they aren't as bad. So, okay, I'm fine with that. And of course they have those fairies in the bonus dungeon. They just really don't like them, do they?
I mean, I used to be pretty okay.
Oh yeah, we can change Soraya and Zavid now because we don't need the point of interest detection since we already found them all. It should be illegal for fairies to fire lasers. Yeah, you know what? At this point, I'll take any excuse to not have them fire lasers at me. So I guess there's no reason I can't go straight from the entrance to the exit on every floor. Unless I want to, like, get the treasures and whatnot. That's what I'm gathering. Because, like, Nibelheim and Gladsheim in Symphonia 1 and Symphonia 2 had specific ways to progress slower and to get to the end. And even the bonus dungeon Abyss, I forgot what it was called. Wait, I know what it's called, but don't say it. That one had its own way of exploring as well. The Calix 1 upper stratum, the Calix 1 lower stratum. Pretty straightforward. I'll take straightforward.
Let's make it quick.
Your fate has been set. Regret your wicked acts. Rhyme slaughter. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, that was Rhyme Slaughter. I had to hit O 30 times during Rhyme Slaughter.
You act on instinct way too much.
Oh.
Yay, treasure! Look at this, I found it! I found it! 10 points if you know where that's from. I said Land Before Time. Ever watch that? That is, I believe that's Sarah being super annoying. Because they're looking for the Great Valley, and she insists that she finds it, even though they clearly don't. And like she's celebrating to how they found it, and she's singing about it, and she ends up by yelling, "I found it!" And then it turns out to not be the Great Valley because we're only 10 minutes into the movie, you know?
We mustn't hold back.
I did not want to go into a dangerous encounter. But yeah, anytime I ever say that, I always have to say it in that cadence. I found it! Because that's how she says it. Only much more annoying, because she's kind of a brat at the time. Littlefoot's like, this isn't the Great Valley, and Sarah's like, it totally is. And it's like, no, it really isn't. And Ducky's like, saying something smart, and Spike's like, I think that's all of them. No, Petrie? Was that his name? The little pterodactyl? Is that everybody? Sarah, Spike, Ducky, Littlefoot, and Petrie? I forgot how they pronounce his name. I think I'm saying it wrong. And then there's the T-Rex baby that they meet. Chomper. Chomper was always my favorite. Like after the movie where they met Chomper, the TV series started, and all I ever wanted was for them to see Chomper again. Like every other Land Before Time movie that came out, I was like, is Chomper back yet? And every episode of the TV show that came out, like, are they using Chomper yet? I'm not even kidding me. I'm not even kidding you. That was me every single episode and every single movie. And I was always crushed that they never used Chomper again. I think I found out some years later that they did use Chomper. What the fuck is that? That they did use Chomper again, but I didn't like the way that they used them. I think they like gave him a new voice or something, and I didn't really enjoy it. And I was kind of disappointed. Is that that's a new unique monster, right? What the fuck is it? Is that a man? A burning man in a... What is this thing? I don't like it. I want to kill it.
Don't underestimate.
Agni. Who is this man, and how can I kill him? Level 93. Holy shit.
My soul burns, and red vengeance on the wicked. This is your end.
Awesome. That's very useful. Even if you can't make it link all the way, you can stop in the middle of it. Everything is really weird. I don't very much appreciate its existence, and I would love for it to die right now. His name is Agni. Also, I bought Edna in because I just realized she has Final Embrace, which is also watery and very powerful. And it's basically absolute, but it's not called absolute. Absolute! It's really weird that there's some unique enemies in this game that you fight them and the characters don't have a conversation about it. It's something like an incarnation of fire. You'll need to be wary of both its close range attacks and its long distance seraphic arts. I suppose the saving grace is that its weakness is pretty obvious. Bet you're happy you have a water savage to call on. Not really. Not when he's like all like stuck up about how cool he is. Oh, what? Wow, whoa. It was crawling towards me, and that was so disgusting. I lost the ability to see. The last... Never mind. Honestly amazed at how much of beating this thing can take.
Thank you ever so much.
Ready? It's time! Howling Blade! Full Tempest!
Here I go! Banquet of Blades! And stay down.
Alright, didn't go for the last one. Go for the next one. I don't think I made it. Or I was hitting the wrong direction. Was it right or left that came after down?
Ready? The Dazzle Blast! Rising Rage Flames! Ready? Go straight! It's over!
Man, it was right. It was right. Zavid lasers are legal. Although Daos may sue for copyright for this. Yeah, he might. I mean, he is the most evil man in the universe. Copyright infringement is probably something that he holds very near and dear to his heart. Don't trust Daos. Yeah, this thing is really strong, though. I shouldn't be too surprised. But seriously, did you see the way that it crawls at me? Look at that. That's illegal.
What a formidable
You're
opponent.
dead anyway. Who cares? Oh, okay. So there are specific bosses that we need to defeat, which will trigger pathways. Alright, but if that's like the only trick to it, quote unquote, then give it to me. He's been arrested for creepy crawly crimes. Yeah, we didn't actually kill it. We turned it into the authorities. And he'll be serving for a long time. Rightfully so, because... Good gosh, that was unnecessary. I was gonna turn on the... No. No. Oh, it's impossible to outrun it!
Ready? Ready? Rend the darkness! Primordial light! Looks like we win!
Seriously? That one attack leveled all of them? No resistance? What's that thing that the Black Knight says when he kills Grail? No something. No resistance, I think. But regardless of... that was amazing. I was expecting it to Oh, come on.
Let's begin the purification.
That's bullshit. I'm not accepting that. This fight's not canon. Oh my gosh, it's like an eraser. This move is like an eraser. I love it. Yeah.
No one
Can stand.
But me!
Don't get in the way of my ship, Zavid. I don't accept it. I mean, given that Ike's resistance is really crappy, it must have been like a thing that runs in the family. Mist is the sole exception. Down, down, down to the... What? Oh, what the heck? What? Unexpected. So each of these statues leads to a different Calix. And I need to complete all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them? That's what, right? Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Alright. You know what? This became a lot more interesting. Ancient Orb Kyan. Does it matter what order I tackle these? The Calix 11. Oh no, that's 2. It's in Roman numerals. Alright, I was about to say, like, whoa. I skipped a few. I'm all of a sudden a lot more like, it's not that I wasn't interested before. It's just like, this is like, ooh, it's giving me options now. I like options. The Calix 2 upper stratum. New enemies too. King Cobra.
We mustn't hold back.
I think you mean Commander Cobra.
Oh, I know about the King Cobra.
It is a king cobra after all.
What's that supposed to mean?
Literally, it's the king of cobras. It's famous.
God dang it, Ray.
Phantasm Blast.
What does that tell us about anything? That's right, my man. Absolutely nothing.
Freezing strike.
Sleeping dragon.
Tiger blade. Let's keep it up. Blade back. Let's keep it up. Sword rain.
Think you're tough?
Thanks, Zavid. No chill with this man.
So tell me, how does love...
Can I like disable that? Because it's really distracting me now. No! Why? What is that move? Why do I have it? Can I stop? I didn't get it.
I mean, I used to be pretty
said,
okay
don't-
at making food.
Oh,
But
my
now?
heart hurts. Why did it lead me back to Saray? That was weird. Oh, my heart. It wasn't supposed to loop me back to Saray, was it? Oh, I get it now. I get it now. All right, so the description of the move in excuse me? Okay. They're just squids. I wasn't sure what I was looking at. I was very worried. So the description of the move mentions that Saray has to have 6 BG, 6 blast gauge, which he does. But I just realized that
Shall we go?
he needs to have 6 BG after performing Bolt Tempest in order to activate the final stat, which means that Saray needs to have 9 BG in total. So I need to outfit Saray in some way so that he can have 9 BG. Ah, bummer. I don't know how to do that. Otherwise, we'll just loop back to him for another Bolt Tempest, which admittedly is really cool. And it proves that I can hit the 30 button presses that I need to hit. And I hit them during Crystal Rod, which is shorter than Rhyme Swatter. So I guess knowing what we know now, it's not that I didn't hit the 30 before, it's that I didn't have the BG necessary. That's really nuts.
Abandon yourself to the truth is within.
I need a hand! Healing tower!
Refresh. Stay your soul. Vermilion rain.
I can't believe there's so.
So is there any way to boost your BG up anymore? I can make it go up to 7 here, 8 here, and 9 here. Yeah, I can do it. Also on the weapon. Alright then, let's try that. This is the only one that will get me up to 9. It's not my ideal Saray setup, but it gives me the BG I need. So now we can actually pull it off properly. It's a matter of getting everybody up back to acceptable status. What are these things anyway? Devilfish. They're very weak.
Snacks.
We need to build up Zavid and Edna. So I figured it out. I figured out the code. Hey, Loon, have you ever done this before? Have you ever done the Friendly Link Mystic Art chain nonsense? Obviously, I never did. When I did it against Odin, that was the first time I've ever done it. It's really cool, though. Like, seriously, it's an awesome, overpowered, completely unnecessary strength of the characters to be able to do this. It's a shame Dazzle can't join in. Though I assume if you play the game again and you keep all your stats, you'll still have the skill, so you should be able to pull it off with Dazzle. Maybe. And Pete, as always, I'm gonna tell you again, keep me up to date on Tales of the Abyss, man. Like, I know you have been already, but you've mentioned it to me a few times, how you're back in the Brat Loop era, since he just started. So, like, you know. Uh-oh. I love her second Mystic art, it's so cool. I always liked Jade Luminescence, but Crown of Torment is such a perfect Rose art. Like, it is so perfect for her.
Women in battle are gorgeous.
Technician.
Let's get this over with, huh?
Man, this one's a real technician.
You don't have to explain that.
No, I mean, that's what it's called.
It's just a name?
Well, and also...
Get out of here!
You asked. To be fair, you asked. Right? It's a prime example of the build's not ideal, but it's necessary. It's the same kind of concept as, like, Xenoblade Chronicles. Like, yeah, I have much better armor for Shulk, but he looks awesome in this setup. So I'm keeping him in it.
Ready? Let's kick it up.
I just like that Rose is moving so fast. She becomes like just a purple spark as she spins around the enemy. It's really cool. Right now, Soraya is not equipped to handle the power, but and it's not like the stats didn't exactly drop super massively. Like, I was looking them over; they're pretty okay right now. Just the main difference is that he has more of what I want to get. Alright, let's put him back in his original clothes. Same for Rose. I mean, like, all opinions on X, throwing them away, I don't care. But, like, the crazy thing about it is, like, there has to have been other games before X that did the whole fashion gear thing. Right? There has to be. That can't be a new idea. It can't be. I refuse to accept that it is. There's no way.
Good to go, Rose?
Right? Because, like, just thinking about it from, like, a technical standpoint, there's no way no game has ever not done fashion gear thing before. Also, the good thing about this dungeon and going through it is I'm getting my money back. I had like $500,000 and it was all gone. I didn't even finish fusing weapons, it was just all gone.
I can't believe there are so many Hellions out there.
I can. They're jerkwads. Oh yeah, the costume getup you could get into too was a lot of fun. I like all the palette swaps and everything. The characters look super cool. Like you could turn Dromark into an actual tiger. Like he gets all orange and shiny and pretty. The Calix 2. Lower stratum. Yay, treasure. Give me the good shit. Damn it.
Yes,
I was hoping to make it over to the other enemy and trigger a dangerous encounter before they caught up to me, but nope, I don't have the wind stepping. I turned it off in flavor of a lot of food. And the costumes and getting to hang out with Shulk and Fiora and everybody. Like bringing all the games together.
Let's do some fortune telling.
Exactly. This guy is Pyra, yeah. Like her, it's so cute. The little Gormati hood thing. It's like, can we please get that like for real? As a real thing, right? It's adorable and it looks comfy. And the Nopon arc stage had fan fiction that he needed to accomplish, no matter the cost. And he got it done. I'll give him that. He completed his fan fiction. Is there another boss down here? There has to be. I don't want to fight anybody except the boss. Well, time to escape because I'm not doing this fight.
Hey, why don't you?
This time doesn't count.
I refuse. I just want the boss. Who is he? Which element are we going after this time? Water? Earth? Wind? Wait a minute. That's not an element. Hang on a second. Really? Is this how we're doing the cameos? Are you serious? Oh my gosh! Hello. Sophie. I feel like she can't precisely see a Seraphim, yet she senses somehow through our well-honed battle instincts. She seems primarily like a martial art user, but some of her moves look an awful lot like seraphic arts. We'll need to work together if we want to pull this one off. Okay, who's this one? Loon? Drop the knowledge. Loon's very excited right now. She's like, that's my girl!
A girl? How did she get in here?
Be careful. She can sense it. And she's no pushover either.
Yeah, don't judge a girl by how she looks.
Speaking from experience, huh?
Here we go. Let's do it. We can do it all. Bolt Tempest. Concerto Infernus. Terramine. Outlaw Barrage. I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I tried so hard. Oh, we're kicking her ass. I kind of feel sorry for her, but okay. Sophie's one of the main characters from Tales of Graces. She is super precious and the good brawler, and she's super fun to play as, though the same can be said for the whole party of that game. Okay, yeah, this is Sophie from Tales of Graces. I believe that's a DS game. And she's level 100, which is kind of scary, but we kind of took out all her HP. What the hell was that? Uh-oh, we're dead. Oh my gosh, that was awesome! That was really cool! Like, I would not, if I gamed over right there, I would have been totally happy. That was really cool. Zero Dissolver. And now I feel bad for wrecking her shit so bad. But that was awesome. Wow.
Are you a seraph?
Seraph?
You can see us, right?
Guess she can't hear you.
What are those four strange lights hovering around you?
These are my comrades. My friends.
Friends.
Hi, Sophie. I didn't play your game. Maybe one day.
I shouldn't have called them strange.
It's okay. And you are?
I'm Sophie Lant.
Sophie, why did you attack us like that? There must be some reason, right?
An unknown power is distorting the dimensions. There will be no way out, unless you cut its power source.
Is that?
My uncle told me that. He's a phonist.
Oh, what? Wait a minute. What?
We have to find it. The invisible source of all this power.
A phonist?
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
It's like she was trying to sense out our existence as well as Hellions.
Her heart must be so innocent and pure.
And maybe even has superhuman powers or something.
She didn't look like a bad person.
A phonist? Is that terminology that they use in Tales of Graces? Because I've only ever heard that phrase used in one other Tales of game, and that was Tales of the Abyss. Where basically the spellcasters of that universe are referred to as phonists. That's interesting. I should play Tales of Graces now. Like, that's a very interesting use of a term. I mean, I guess it could always just refer to the same thing. Like, oh, in Tales of Graces, magic users are also called phonists. I can accept that. It's just crazy. Of all the things for her to say, that was just unexpected. I have such a tie to that word, so it was I appreciate it though. That's cool. I was about to ask you, Loon, no joke, I was literally about to ask you, so where are the cameos here in the bonus dungeon? Because I don't know where they are. And then there she was. So the answer is yes. So anyway, Pete, as I have mentioned before, I don't know if you heard what I mentioned. Tales games are well known for having cameos of previous Tales games within them. Whether through references, items, or actually getting to fight Tales of characters from previous games. And she was one of them. You can do that in a lot of the Tales games. In all the ones that I played. In Tales of Symphonia, Tales of the Abyss, and Tales of Zestiria, there are cameo battles against characters from various games in the past. So I guess this game's cameos are in the form of one-on-one fights, or four-on-one fights. So I'm like, I guess it's not really all that fair that I get to see her fight all that much. Because I wanted to activate the Mystic Art. But she ended the battle using her Mystic Art, which was really cool, and she almost wiped us out. Like, I honestly thought that I had lost. I was about to just be like, alright, let's do it again. But nope. She got Rose, but I somehow escaped that. So, I don't know how I survived that, but I'll take it. So, Loon, if I continue going clockwise on the world map, is that, like, the correct order? I mean, I guess there is, like, I'll go to, Calix 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm very curious as to who the other ones are. Was Agni a, I don't think Agni was a reference, was he? I think that was just an enemy. Do all the other Calixes end in cameos? I feel like that'd be too much. The most cameos that they generally have in the Tales games is either 3 or 4. It was 3 in Symphonia, it was 4 in Vesperia and Abyss, from what I remember. I think Agni was just random. Okay, yeah. I thought so.
Finished. Would
Wait,
you
what?
like some?
I thought I saw her. Oh, no. I honestly thought I saw her standing right next to the portal. Sophie. I thought it was like you talk to her, you can fight her again or something like that. I guess that is the bummer of having battles that don't take place in like tournament settings. You can't repeat them. And like, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think you could repeat any of the other Tales fights at all. I know who one of the cameos is, because I spoiled myself a long time ago, but I am honestly very interested in who the other ones are. And we have Loon here in case I don't recognize him.
So tell me, how does...
I really do wish you could fight them again, though. So, Soray's tired, so we're gonna go to the inn, rest, and we're gonna come back and do the next fight. Or the next area.
Where's Lila and the others?
They said that they'll be at the sauna.
All right, let's all go together. That means you too, Mick boy.
I'll pass.
Unacceptable. As men, we need to be opened and yeah, blah 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 blah, something something.
What's with you guys? So hey, fun fact. Popular theory has it that the prototype for saunas was originally a smokehouse.
All right, time to read the wind. I got
What are
this.
they doing?
So either way, it came from the
Hey,
northern
look.
regions.
I wish I
And
could
then
go to
I
a
guess
sauna.
spread across the Glenwood continent from there.
It's quite a mystery if you think about it.
Nope, not Edna. Maybe in another 3,000 years or so.
Maybe it's because the entire continent used to be super cold.
Used
Past
to
the
be?
heat waves and beyond. Go!
Is that even possible?
Oh, right. That tree stump from Volgran Forest.
Dezel mentioned how there was a period where the sunlight was rather weak.
Ow! My wind got blocked. Must be Lila's fire.
What an unexpected discovery.
We might be able to prove something historic.
Sure
is hot.
I was about to say, what's going on? I was really confused. I'm like, what are they talking about? It's because Saray and Miklia were having one conversation, and Zavid was having a very different conversation. That's really funny. Celia 1 didn't have a cameo fight. That's interesting. Celia 1 is like modern, right? It's like a modern Tales game. It's pretty recent.
That girl wasn't a Hellion, was she?
Why are you asking? Because you think she's cute? Is that it?
He's at that age where he's dreaming about girls.
Yeah, and thanks to you two, I can only wish this was all a dream.
I wish I could fight her again, just because that was pretty cool. But I mean, in the brief time that I wasn't using the Mystic Art, she was kind of kicking my ass. She was level, whoa. She was level 100. Don't want. I haven't really been paying attention to the music until just now. What the hell are you?
Let me do my best.
It's Immortus, the very embodiment of immortality.
Guess you aren't scared of this one.
I'm excited since it actually looks like a foe.
That's all. Sounds lame.
Blade
bonus dungeon that gets into the music. The game was too low on my end to actually hear it. So I bumped up the audio a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't catch in the mic and echo.
That was radiant, Edna.
So the one time I was able to pull off the 30 hits to activate the final step was also the time when I didn't have enough BG. The heck are you? Midgard Serpent.
Midgard serpents are stronger than Lanias.
So they're especially clingy, huh? Noted.
At least say something that'll help us in battle.
What do you mean? That is
Is it
helpful.
though? You're reaching Raven levels of trash there, bro. Pete with a whoa spicy comment. Don't think I didn't see that comment, Pete. Also, I just realized this fight's pretty hard. I wasn't paying much attention.
Well, a win is a win.
Exactly what I was about to say, my boy. Exen Isle. I'm having fun. I do like this dungeon. This is great. That Sophie thing was super unexpected. So Tales of Graces was only DS though. I don't know how I'll ever play that one. And it has the Loon recommendation, which is always good. It's just great to talk to someone who's actually played the game and enjoyed it. I don't know much about it. Oh, it's PS3. I'm thinking of Tales of Hearts, I think. I think it was called Tales of Hearts. I think our PS4 isn't exactly backwards compatible. They should just put a bunch of this stuff on the PS Store, though. I put Tales of the Abyss on the PlayStation Store. As much as I would like a re-release, I'm fine with just playing a straight-up port as well. Like, at this point, I'll take anything.
Good to go, Rose?
Tales of Kingdom Hearts? They should just put all the Tales games on the Switch. I'd buy them all. You kidding me? Tales of Hearts was on the DS, and then the remake was on the Vita. Oh, okay, interesting. So it was always portable. Interesting. That's a new one. Look at that Scorpion with evil eyes. Scarlet Needler.
I don't like this Scarlet Needler. It's so stabby.
They're a nasty bunch. One sting and you're gone.
But still, all that stabbing and prodding.
Whoa, did we all just agree on something?
I would have figured Rose would be offended. She's the one who goes all stabby stabby.
Is it over? I'm kind of tired.
Did I talk about, like, I've been trying new soft drinks just out of curiosity lately. I've been trying, like, new flavors and all that stuff. And it brought me to what I think, I had it only once and I can't stop thinking about how amazing it tasted. At the gas station that I go to get snacks every so often, it's called Speedway. They're advertising that they have new drinks and they got new flavors. And one of the things they were advertising was called Mountain Dew Cyclone. Mountain Dew.
Yeah, we
Well,
did it!
that's
Done
that.
it! All together now. 1, 2.
So we're going now?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
what's
come
our
on.
cue?
I love Edna being like, yeah, we did it, and then just being completely monotone. But like the red Mountain Dew, it looked in the picture like a freezy, like an icy, like an ice drink, you know, like a Slurpee basically. So I'm like, oh, did they do Mountain Dew Code Red, but now it's in freezy form and they call it Cyclone? That sounds awesome. But then I went to the store and found out that no, it wasn't there. It was a normal liquid flavor, and I was like, oh,
What a
okay.
pain.
And so the next day I decided, let me try it. Good gosh, it was amazing. It was like a fruit punch soda basically. It was just really fruity, really punchy, and carbonated, and I really freaking liked it. I don't know, it's just very tasty. I want more. I want to get down to Speedway again sometime and try it again. Let Rose be stabby. No, Rose stabs too much. We need to,
And that'll do
get
it.
her under control. Damn it, I was trying to trigger a dangerous encounter. drawing right now? 'Cause I know you told me you had a ton of commissions. You better be drawing right now, boy. You got way too much stuff on the brain to just let your hand not draw. Yeah, see, you get that money. You're getting paid for all that shit, right? Do the do, as they say.
Well, guess I overdid it again.
More like wasted your
Alright, so Edna and Zavid are at max.
Time for battle.
Are you ready?
I just choose Mikio and better believe I'm building up to it again. I need to see this all the way through. I have the link skill activated. Saray has 9 BG now. I just need to smash O like a motherfucker. Thing is, if I try to count my O's,
All
I'll
this
count
fighting sure
slower.
makes me hungry.
So I don't count, I just mash. And I change what I'm holding on the control pad. The thing I need to remember is that for Mikleo, when he's performing Crystal Rod or Rhyme Slaughter, I don't need to hit any directions, I just need to slam O. Slam it!
Get ready. Are you ready?
Whoa, what's a new art? Did Lila just learn that? That was the electric art that the guards were using in Glaven Basin. That's totally owned me. Oh my gosh, I think she did learn that. That's so cool. Lila's gonna kick all the ass now with that move. Are you kidding me? Come on, don't waste your freaking blast gauge. I need it.
You were quite strong, but we're no pushovers either.
Damn, I did not expect.
Why does it smell like that?
Who are you, big man? Big scary man. Lava Atlas.
Don't get careful.
Well, that's a cool name.
The Lava Atlas has molten lava at its core.
Uh-oh. I don't deal with heat.
Then why are you dressed like that?
This is my uniform, all year round.
Ready for all the elements. How handy.
Where are you guys even going with this?
I was about to ask the same thing. I mean, wait a minute. Uniform. He's not wearing anything. Zavid is very confusing. What do you do stats? Oh, no set weakness. But they don't resist everything. Not only that stupid weird skeleton wizard man can be around that forest. Everybody has enough BG to do their respective mystic art. Except for me.
Indeed. That's
I need
the
a
end
little
of
bit
it.
more. Yeah, Lila is the ultimate troll. She loves her job. That's what the oath really was. Not being vague and not keeping unnecessary secrets. Her oath was that she was cursed with flawless pun technologies. I thought she'd say something new given we've been exploring the gates a bit, but no. Is this new music or was this used somewhere else in the game? I can't really tell. It sounds familiar, so I think it was used somewhere else. I just don't remember where. That is a lot of scorpions.
Get ready!
Ready? Let's get him! It's time! Howling blade!
Alright, we're going to Lila. Alright, going over to, who's next? Edna?
And stay down.
And toss over to David.
Here's a beatdown!
Prepare yourself! I won't hold back! Nope! Crystal rod! It's time!
Yeah, there we go!
With you! Let's do this! Let our hearts sing! Ultima Elementia!
Oh my gosh, that was so cool! Oh, I did it! I did it! Oh man, I couldn't think of anything to say. It was like, it's still exhausted. Oh, did I get the 30? Did I get the 30? I did it! Ultimate Elementia! Yeah, there it is! That was rad! The chip teamed up and kicked like, yeah, you better believe it. That was so cool! Oh my gosh, it's not worth my freaking everything dying for it though. Or is it? That was really cool. Alright, I'll give everyone their Mystic Arts back. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. So it's not exactly a six-man art like I was expecting. It's a tag team, but it's a tag team with the power of the other four.
You
Oh
sure
my
are
gosh.
strange, Saray.
Yeah, you have to do everybody's Mystic Arts
Definitely
except for Rose's.
You're also really...
No.
Because it ends with the Rose and Saray tag team. I guess the only way to start that is by using... Oh my gosh, that was so cool! Okay, Lila, you're no longer in timeout. Yes, Lila, feel free to join us all in the clubhouse and make all the puns. That was cool. Yeah, Pete, that's one of the things I was hoping you would see. There's another thing I hope I can get to this stream while you're here, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So Sophie was the martial artist of her team, huh? That was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of other martial artists that I've encountered so far. The only other one I remember is Regal in Symphonia. He was pretty cool. Vespi didn't really have a martial artist. Yuri loved to punch people, but I mean that doesn't make him a martial artist. Oh, okay, that kind of scared me. I was like, what is that? That's a big man. It's a large man. There was no martial artist in Abyss either. Yeah, the only martial artist I know of in Tales games so far is Regal. What the hell are you? Is it Draka Zombie? Ilu Yankas. No weaknesses? That's a darn shame. I'm perfectly willing to forgive one or two. I'm magnanimous that way. If I buy you a plant, will you talk to it instead of me? Just shut up and focus on dodging its lightning attacks. Level 105? Wow, I hit it with my sword and I took out 4,000 HP. It is not weak to anything, but it does not resist fire or earth. So that's kind of the team that we'll want for this. Fire or wind?
Doesn't look good. Go on. Go get him.
I need assistance! Fire! Dragons have high power and defense. Be cautious.
Run away! Here goes! Crimson Flame! Need for your soul! Slow there! I can't hang here. Dragon Blitz!
I was not expecting her to have a Mystic Art, and I feel silly for not expecting that. So, me almost dying was totally my fault.
Feel it? You feel it? Soul Resonance! Six Falling Star! You feel it? Soul Resonance!
It's is level 105. Why is he so strong? And she was level 100 as well. Also, this thing being in midair is totally unnecessary. It's already hard enough to fight enemies, big enemies on the ground. I don't need one flying. So annoying.
I need a hand! Tiger Blade! Ready? Let's Dragon Bang!
Breakdown!
Blade Bang! Let's keep it up!
Ocean blade! Push on through! Aim and roll!
Tiger Blade! It's over!
We need Judith. Yes, we need Judith for this one. She's all about the anti-air. I mean, I guess Rose is our best bet in this one. She does have quite a few tricks up her sleeve with the whole. She can do some air combos.
Doesn't look good. Lord of water!
Healing circle. Gathering cleansing protection.
Ready? No escape!
Failure. Your words will come to you.
Rising Sand! Shake them up! Monolithic Current! Light the way! Crystal Tower! Just one shot! Gigaton Smash! Wither and Crack! Earthshaker! Rising Sand! Echo Shot!
Earthborn.
Strong as the earth! Behold! Radiant Ruin! Earth Evolution! Blade Bang!
Lightning ball. I don't like the sound of that. Alright, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, but still.
Be gone! Strike! Tiger Blade!
I guess they switched between generic boss enemy and cameo. That's the pattern. I like it.
Ready? Lend me a hand! Let's get some speed up in here! Be gone! Let's back it! Build Zestiria! Wind Blade! Dragon Blade! Virulent Charge! Rocket Time! Star Star!
Open Leapor!
Back at it!
Shiny go. Are you ready? Burrowing
Fire! Fire! Burn! Drop them! Appear Blade! Calamity Flare!
Shiny
Primordial Light!
Upper leg.
Ancient Nova!
Breakdown! Six-on stun!
Primordial Light! Ancient Nova! Primordial Light!
Ocean blade! That's your assault!
Ancient Nova!
Oh, holy fountain!
Abandon your doubts, but the truth is within.
I still can't get over the fact that Lila learned the lightning attack and no one told me. Or at least I didn't notice. I just realized in one fight that it was like spamming. And I'm like, do the enemies have it? It's not hitting me. Wait, it's hitting them. Wait, Lila learned it? How did that happen? Then I just started freaking out. It's a really cool move. I'm glad that we have it. Yeah, you're right. This thing is very stubborn. That's I mean, it's over level 100, so it should be expected
What a formidable
that we beat it. And we all leveled up for it. I shall take that victory. Did I already go the other path through the dead end? I don't remember if I did. Or to the dead end, not through it. I'm gonna check just in case. I think I did. Yeah, I did. The chest is open. Alright. Man, it is hot.
Done! It's probably even
I
edible.
mean, it's a cake. When is cake not edible? We got a bunch of new employees at work, by the way. I just remembered. Because we had cake recently at work, and yeah. Okay, that is the Calix 3. And I like that these dungeons are only 2 floors each. I mean, I guess when you add them all together, it becomes like 14 floors, and it becomes more a big deal. But like when they're all separate like this, it feels more manageable. The Calix 4. This is the halfway point, so we're doing well. What the hell are these things? Kilvern.
Be on your phone.
This Kilvern is a bit too much for me.
What should we do?
If you underestimate their ability, that'll be the end of you.
So, what do we do?
You shouldn't be looking to me for direction in life.
What do we do?
Zabid, you're so helpful with your fat load of nothing advice. Oh, we're doing real, and I don't know where I just died.
Incredible knife handling. Do you have anything?
Oh, what the heck? A white blob?
Don't get careless.
Almond jelly? Really? That's what we're going with? Okay.
The sticky fluid these almond jellies shoot is...
It freaks me out when monster names sound like food.
Guess it's hard for a sweets lover like you.
I don't even like sweets. What do you mean?
Shall we garnish it with a new name?
Ew, sounds like a nasty garnish.
I mean, I've heard of almond milk and all that, but this is just ridiculous. Are you freaking kidding me? Now he's got some strawberries on top. Well, you know, theming. I'm a little worried as to how the enemies levels every gate are keeping up with me. I don't enjoy that.
We're survivors, no matter the odds.
That was an interesting looking enemy. Almond jelly. Good gosh. Mist Puppeteer. He looks cool. Well, that doesn't sound good.
Mist puppeteers. They're hard to grasp, just like mist.
I'm impressed. You've done your research.
Oh, I just sort of guessed from their name.
I'm sorta getting tired of this array.
I don't like these things.
Let's keep it up.
Nope. I think they managed to make every single ghost enemy in this game just suck. Nothing's as bad as the fairies, but man. Anything that can call reinforcements is... It reminds me of freaking Xenoblade 2 and Multis.
And stay down.
You're a Multis, right? Never forget that Garbo.
We're survivors, no matter the odds.
Okay, that one's out of the way. Which way are we going? Down this way, right? Yes. Awesome. Ooh. That's really interesting. That's a really cool looking one. Nope. Not the ghost again. Not taking it. Don't want it. Snack. 15, 22, 23, 16, 24, 10. Let's turn on wind stepping. Oh, look, Soray's level 100. Nice. What the hell? It just vanished.
Ready?
Yeah? Tasty. Who doesn't like hot dogs? No, come back. Sir. Don't run from me. I guess stopping to eat is a good point to call it stream. Even though I kind of want to do all of it now, but you know, I got distracted by doing that extra stuff at the beginning, which took an hour, and I'm really mad that it did. But we'll see what happens. If I can beat like at least 4 or 5, I'll be satisfied. Might be a bit of a stretch, but we'll see. Because I do like how every floor so far, every section has been introducing new villains, new enemies. It really keeps it fresh, so you don't have to fight the same endgame enemies for like hours and hours and hours. Probably the best place to grind for levels, given that all these enemies are way higher naturally than most other enemies in the game are.
Haven't felt that thrill in a while.
Treasure! It's treasure hunting time. Okay, I'm gonna take this, the Tengu mask, and this, an elixir, and this, an herb. You know, when I last played the game, I opened up my menu and I saw all the herbs I had, and I gave every single one of them to Saray. Cause like, I'm only gonna do this once, might as well do it now. Oh, good gosh. It's way too many enemies for this tiny little platform. Especially given how big they are. Like, are you kidding me?
Lord of Wind! Gale Fang! Shredder! Razor Vortex! Can you keep up?
They're immune to this. Or at least they're resisting it.
Zestiria! Alright! Wind Blood Dragon with Virulent Charge!
Last time they did.
Tiger Blade!
What are they weak against? Oh, they resist everything? Really? I wasn't getting that impression.
Blade Bang! Let's keep it up! Sword Rain! Pretty good.
I'm a little tired. Pretty smooth swordplay there, Rose.
There's another almond jelly. Ignoring it. That's a ghost man ignoring him too. Yeah. Food. There we go. Well, I didn't need to open the map there. Yeah, I mean, this is how when I originally played the game, that's what I did a lot. It's like stopping every 5 feet to check the map. Just to make sure I wasn't going the wrong way. What can I say? They give you a map, it's like, why wouldn't you use it? So notice I'm getting a ton of new equipment in this dungeon I never had before. Guessing it's a bunch of pretty rare stuff. Some of this stuff I only got when I was fighting weak enemies on like intense difficulty, just to see how it went. Alright, the end is over there, so I'll just keep on going. Why is this path so long? My feather stuff's gonna run out. No. There it goes. Oh, hey, there's that one that I was gonna fight last time, but then it vanished for some reason. Oh, not dangerous encounter. A dragoon. And why are you almost dead, bro?
Out there.
It's not fully awakened, but it's just as strong as a dragon.
Its sword skills are master class.
I wrote the book on Masterclass, babe.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I wrote a book on Masterclass. Yeah, I very much doubt so. Oh, come on.
Together. That did it.
Heal my ailment.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight this one. Get out of here, please.
This time doesn't count.
Better believe it doesn't. I want to fight it by itself. I don't know what you all were doing popping in when no one asked for you. It's really funny how small these platforms are that are floating everywhere. And they just jam enemies on there. There's like so many. It's like even that other one with like the 4 scorpions on it was like a little ridiculous. Okay, we can fight you at a regular level. More doable level. That I'll accept. They do not resist wind or water. They're not that bad when it's not a dangerous encounter.
Well, guess I
So easy.
That's more like
Exactly. I really don't want to mess with the ghost. I know it's lazy of me, but Alright, anyone here? It's like every time I expect there to be enemies on a certain stage, you're like, nah, not this one. Won't spawn here. Give me something good. A squelch string? I don't know, that doesn't sound particularly good to me. So, yeah, I'm gonna put that in the list of equipment that I will never wear. Wow, let's do another quick save. I save a lot in this place, but it's a good change of pace from not saving enough as I usually do. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, there he is. Oh, it's so much sooner than I expected. Oh boy. Pete. Pete. It's happening. We're about to die. I hope you're ready. This is the part where we die. Yeah, I don't know, Pete. You tell me. Who does that look like?
Give it your all.
Are you ready?
That guy can see us, I swear.
Is it because he wears glasses?
Is that true?
How should I know?
Is it because he wears glasses? Well, to be honest, there's a little something in his glasses, if you didn't know. So it could very well be his glasses. Jade. He's not one to be trifled with. I can feel his eyes on me all the time. Not in a creepy way, just calculating. My gut tells me he's a dangerous one. Not strictly a bad guy, but someone whose bad side you don't want to get on, let's say. Yeah, that's exactly it. Do not get on Jade's bad side. Low 115. Yeah, it's him. It is actually him. It's Jade Curtis. I knew I recognized him. I mean, I've known he was in this game for a while. It's like a long time. I never knew where though. It's my boy! That Loon got so happy to see Sophie. I'm so happy to see this bastard. He's such an asshole.
Ready? 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 Let's give it up. Sonic Flurry.
Hello, do you stagger at all? Good gosh. Stop casting spells, boy. Yeah, Jade is one of the best. I love this guy. And he's going around stabbing us with his spear now. That's not cool. I should be wary that he has a mystic art. Like, oh, Impaling Heaven. Classic. That's definitely his voice. I recognize it. Yeah, this is what I wanted you to see, Pete. This is why I didn't stream the other day, because I didn't know if this would happen or not. He's such a highlight of a really good game. Yeah, I had to split up from Zavid because I wanted to give him less targets. I mean, more targets. Oh no, he has that too? Why does he have that? That's not fair. I don't have that.
I need a hand.
No, get away, get away, get away, get away. Nobody told me that he had frickin' meteor. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I can already tell that's not good.
Rose, get back.
Oh, he's up.
Don't worry, it's only death.
Ah, there it is. I was waiting for it. Oh my gosh. I was waiting for that. I was wondering what they gave him in this game. It was gonna be indignation. No, it was Mr. Cage. So, how am I supposed to survive that? It kind of got all of us. Like, I noticed when he was almost dead, I'm like, well, now I don't want to beat him. I want to see what his mystic art is. There it is. No, he does need indignation. He went for Mr. Cage instead. I appreciate the shift. Unexpected.
Give it your all.
That was also the first time he used Sovereign Gale.
Is it because he wears glasses?
Is that true?
How should I know?
I was not sure how I was. Gosh dang! It kind of reminds me of Big Bang whenever like Nebulum or what's his face Duke uses it, but like at least that leaves you 1 HP. This just outright kills you. And he said in the name of the Necromancer, which is really cool. And then when he beats you, he's like, "Don't worry, it's only death." I'm like, "Are you serious?" What a dick thing to say. Honestly, the only thing that could have made this better and a total missed opportunity was if they had a. Oh, come on. Was if they, for every fight, they played the battle theme from the respective games. You know? That would have been even cooler. I mean, it's still pretty cool, all things considered, to fight these guys and they have their mystic arts and all that. But it would have been even better if, Jade doesn't even need to be in his own game to troll the heck out of youngsters. It's true. Jade is the ultimate troll. Stop it. Well, when you give a guy a move that can wipe your whole party out in one hit, of course he's pretty tough. No, stop chasing me. Why are you chasing me only? Chase someone else. He's about halfway. Or like more than half. I'm so glad one of the cameos in this game is someone you knew, Pete. That's why I didn't want to say who it was or why I was so excited. Like, seriously, if you had to leave earlier, I'd be like, all right, then I'm just not gonna play anymore.
Your fate is decided in the name of the necromancer.
Yes. I did the smart thing. Yeah, I did the smart thing and divided up and infused, which gave me enough HP to survive that garbage. Uh-oh. No, Jade, I don't think I can handle that, which is exactly why I'm running away from you like a baby. You kidding me, Edna? One hit? He attacked you with a stone move. You're stone. Oh, come on. You crapping me on this? Really? Oh, come on! Like, I mean, oh my god, I'm really mad. Now he's just keeping us at bay, stopping us from even attacking him. Nice! I saw that shot travel all the way across the stage just to get at him. Oh boy. That was rough. Fully admit that was rough. God damn you, Jade.
This place is full of invisible enemies. What a world this is.
And you are?
Sorry for not introducing myself. I'm Jade Curtis.
Oh, my name's Saray.
Can you see us, Jade? Us and the Hellions?
Yes, even if I cannot perceive your existence, I can sense a change in the elements that make up this
Of course
space.
he can.
I've modified my glasses to detect the movement of those particles and visualize them.
Oh, so it's just the glasses, huh?
If only that were true.
Then how can you see us? Even hear our voices?
I don't know.
This guy.
Looks like Meebo doesn't mix with him.
Just like with you, Edna.
Let's leave the pleasantries at that. Now, could you tell me how to go back to the world I came from?
Are you saying you came from another world?
Yes, it looks like an unknown force interfered with time and space and brought me
Fan
here.
service.
I don't know the precise reason, but the force field emitted by these ruins is surely playing a part in
Also
all
fan
this.
service.
What a nuisance.
We aren't quite sure what to do either, though.
You all really don't know anything about this either? Very troublesome indeed. I suppose we'll have to find the power source.
The power source? You mean the domain?
Yes, assuming that is what you call it. But there appear to be several powerful domains in the area, which means that girl could be the cause of all this trouble.
What?
It's none of your concern, if you'll excuse me.
What the?
Another world? Kinda hard to believe.
After all you've seen? Really?
Guess you're right.
That was my boy, y'all. I honestly don't remember why. Once again, I think I've told this story before, but really quickly to summate it. I was on the Tales of Wiki. I was looking at Jade's page for some reason. I don't know why.
The guy with the glasses is like the opposite of a pizza.
Huh? How do you figure?
Even bad pizza is still pretty good.
Nice one.
What?
Wasn't worried for a moment.
But like, I was on his Wiki page,
I better get it
and it's
together.
like, this is Jade who tells the abyss. This is Jade who tells the world. This is Jade who tells the Zestiria. Jade who tells the Zestiria? That was basically, that was how I got to tell that he was in the game. It was really cool to see him fight him. He's scary. Unfortunately, he didn't have any of his own moves, like his own arts in his game. But he had his spear moves, the 4 spear moves: Sonic Spear, Impaling Heaven, Sovereign Gale. What's the other one? He has 4. I don't remember, but he had all his moves. Really cool. And he had at least the spear moves, just not the arts. And of course,
That was
Mystic Cage as well.
unexpectedly tough.
Well, I expected it.
You guys gonna fight? Ooh, a fight.
Gonna charge you admission if you watch.
So that's pretty awesome.
I never imagined I'd be battling dragons.
There are similar structures around here. I'm sure there's more of them.
This place really is a dragon's nest.
But it looks like they were captured here.
So it's kinda like a roach motel, but for dragons.
If they can be captured, they could be killed just as easily. Why keep them alive?
Maybe they were planning to use them somehow?
I don't suppose they were trying to domesticate them?
That's it! They're keeping them like cattle! It's like a farm raising cows to milk
What?
them. It's really similar to a farm.
Aha!
There's only one thing they could be trying to harvest from
Malevolence?
dragons.
Malevolence,
Hey, called
The
it.
spell in the ruins seems to be connected as one, like a circuit of sorts.
So this whole place is just a circuit to conduct malevolence?
huh? We'd have to test that hypothesis to be sure.
I'm interested. Rose is like, fuck this bird in particular. Yeah, like, all the other birds are okay, but this is the one that, like... This is the one. So, like... Good gosh, wow, I have 500,000 monies already. Nice. I made some good progress on that front as well. Dumb burp. Gosh, so well, that was worth it, right, Pete? That was totally worth it, seeing Jade again. Yeah, that made me happy. I love that bastard. Jade's awesome. I really look forward to you playing more Tales of the Abyss to get more Jade, because he is like the highlight of that game. Like, that game has a lot of highlights. It's a really good fucking game, but like Jade is one of the big points of it. That's how it feels using Mystic Art on a rated weekend enemy. True. It's like the enemy has like 300 HP. You don't need to use like a 20,000 damage Mystic Art. But it's really cool, so let's do it. Yeah, alright, so we covered 4 of the 8 sections on Exen Isle, so I think this is a good place to stop. I have my dinner waiting for me. I got some hot dogs to eat, so I'm gonna do that. And next time, we will handle the other 4 and finish off the post game. So I hope you're all excited for that. See what other cameos await us and what other beginnings there are, and see what exactly Exen Isle is all about, because I don't know. This is all new to me. So Pete, Loon, thank both of you for sticking around, and I think I'm going to try to stream again tomorrow, because I'm off work tomorrow. And we'll see if we can finish off Exen Isle. And that'll be then. So,
I haven't tried it myself, but I'm
beef
sure it's
jelly?
tasty.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Thanks again, both of y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Until then,